My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about part 2 of education. Yesterday I kind of outlined and blew through the different types of self-education that are available out there. I know it was really fast, and it ended up being a talk about being careful with your money. And I still believe you should be, right? I want you to be smart with your dollars. You work hard to earn them, so work just as hard to keep them, right? right. And you know the gamut ranges from free education to paid education, and that's why that came up in the conversation. Now, with free education, there's a lot out there. In the last 12 months have learned a ton from free education. I mentioned that last episode. I've learned so much from podcasts, marketing podcasts. I mean, I can name you off the top of my head the ones that I still listen to this day. I'm like just consuming tremendous amounts of information from the internet. Brendon Burchard has two: the marketing with Brendon Burchard and personal growth or personal development. I already forgot the title, but it's Brendon Burchard's two podcasts. Jenna Kutcher, I talk about her a lot on the show. Jasmine Star is one of my favorites. Amy Porterfield also, she just released her book. Absolutely wonderful show, Marketing Made Easy. And then Julie Solomon, wonderful individuals. And that's just like a few of the many of podcasts that I listen to. And I've gotten so much from them. Of course, like the next level is books. I've gotten a lot out of the books at a low ticket price, right? So I haven't had to spend much in the last 12 months to get to where I am right now in my career as an educator, right? I've been able to kind of learn as I go, launch an initiative of, being an educator, doing a master class, having it well received and well attended, and stepping into the personal coaching world with more rolling out in the spring, all from mostly from free education, right? From free education. So how did I do that? Okay, so number one, there's definitely the information out there, right? Like the information is out there and you can access much of it because of the internet. But I really want you to understand with education, there's two approaches, right? And one of the approaches, I think, especially for us here in the United States with our education system, we're programmed and we're taught to pretty much just memorize information, right? You can look at the self-directed education, and you can look at, all right, there's so much information out there. Let me just consume, and acquire information. There's really no need to acquire information, right? Because it's easily accessible. You can access information at your fingertips. So there's no need to get education just to acquire more and more information, right? This isn't about knowing things, right? It's about growing and moving into a space and really being able to kind of exercise and broaden your critical thinking mind, right? And so that's really where you want to be in terms of education, especially as an entrepreneur, because as entrepreneurs, we're problem solvers, right? We're not librarians or I don't know. I don't mean to pick on librarians. That just popped in my head as an example. We're not encyclopedias, right? Let's just do that. It's inanimate and judgment free, right? We're not encyclopedias. There's no point housing a bunch of information, and that's not really the purpose of your self-education, right? It has to have a point. It has to have an outcome, and that outcome will be the outcome that you're trying to create is what's going to make your education directed, right? And that's why it's self-directed. It's not just consumption, right? It's not just consumption. So there's a real difference. As you are, stepping into whatever it is that you're stepping into in your entrepreneurial journey. You want to make sure that your education isn't just for information and to know things, right? Because that's useless. It's a waste of time. Really work on just exercising your critical thinking skills, and part of that, the information that you can get on for free and through podcasts and through YouTube and blogs and everything else out there. That's awesome. What you also want to do then, use the information to develop your critical thinking skills and your analytical skills and your problem solving skills, but also not just the information itself in these platforms and in these offerings, but the process, right? The process. This is really important. This is what has made me been able to do what I do in just 12 short months, right? Being able to accomplish doing a master class, launching another couple of courses that are paid courses in a few months, and writing a book. I'm able to do all of these things not just because of the information that I've gotten from the internet on my own self-education, but also the processes that I've watched my mentors. I call them my mentors, but the people that I'm learning from, I've watched their entire processes and how they do things, right? Not just the information that they're giving me. Right. So being able to dissect how they're doing things has given me even a deeper understanding of the things that I'm learning as I go. Right. So really, really important distinction, especially as a network marketer, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, as a marketer. This is that part of using your critical thinking skills to be able to dissect things and learn, not just from the information, not just from the consumption of the information, but from the processes that you're participating in. Right. If you ever signed up for a free course, there's a process that you had to go through as an attendee of that course. Right. Pay attention to that process. See how it's working from start to finish. From how you heard about that course and where you saw it advertised, or where you saw it on the social feeds, to the thing that attracted to you that course in the first place, to the thing that got you to click on the link, right? And then the landing page. I mean, there's so much in the process that you can really pick apart without having to pay a single dime. You can learn like the processes of the most successful people in the world, right? It's really cool. But again, you have to have the critical thinking capacity to do that and not just be a consumer of information, right? Like there are a lot of people out there, because the internet is what it is. We've developed an addiction to information, and I'm like, man, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your headspace, and you're just becoming more and more distracted, right? So just be mindful of that. Education, super important, but there's more to education than just information, right? Like I really want to redefine education for you. Redefine, right? Like this whole campaign, redefine, because we've been taught to believe that education is one thing for the most part, right? Like that education system is just set up that way. It's information, regurgitate the information, and your ability to regurgitate that information will determine how quote unquote smart and accomplished you are, which makes zero sense whatsoever, right? Makes zero sense. So shift and redefine your concept of education. It's all about developing your critical thinking skills beyond just consuming information. So that's my message for today. Hopefully that helps. Good luck on your education journey. Again, I'm here for you. There are lots of other podcasts. I named off a ton of podcasts that will definitely keep you busy for a long time. And can give you so much. And of course, the paid stuff is coming out if you're ready to take that step into investing in your own education. Just be on the lookout. That'll be coming out, within the next 3 to 4 months. My paid courses, as well as the book. Hopefully sometime in the spring. And then, if you can't wait till then, there's the personal coaching. So message me on Instagram. It's at the Ronnie Cruz. I'll leave a link in the show notes of this episode. Just message me if you're curious about becoming a client of mine for personal coaching. If you're ready to level up in your marketing and your mindset, if there's some things, some barriers, some roadblocks that you're experiencing and that are just having a hard time with, maybe it's time to look at personal coaching. So message me. Let's see if it's a right fit. At the very least, I can give you more information on that. So, all right. So that's going to do it. Thanks for tuning in. More from me tomorrow. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.